Hi crafters, welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm G and we want to welcome you to Technique Tuesday. I say we because Maudie, my sister, and I are on this crafting journey together. Now we upload videos twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we go live on the first and third Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and we want to invite you to join us. We also post daily on Instagram and YouTube Shorts. Today, we are going to make a 3-panel card. 3-panel cards are great because they allow you to create nature scenes or ocean scenes and then carry it across the panels. It looks so cool, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can just create individual panels. So let's go down to the crafting table and let me show you how to do this. Now, here is what the 3-panel card looks like. You pull it out and it has 3 panels. Now, this one has a scene on it. I'm going to show you this a little bit later. I also have another 3-panel card to show you. So make sure that you stay with us. Let's go ahead and cut our base card. Now, I want to remind you, all the measurements will be listed over on creativemomentsbyg.com, so you can head over there and just go to my blog. But our base card is just a top fold card. And by that, I mean you take an 8.5 by 11 piece of card and you cut it at 4 1/4 so that you keep the 11 inches. And now you really have 2 cards that you can turn into this 3-panel card. What makes this different from a top fold is that we're going to do some additional score lines. So go ahead and extend your arm if you have the Stampin' Up tool and put it long ways on the 11-inch side. And we are going to score at 2.5, 3 3/4, 6 3/4, so keep moving it over, and 8 1/4. Now, we don't need any more score lines, so go ahead and put your trimmer up. Now, let me show you the easy way to fold this. Go ahead and put your right hand right on this piece of paper, and we're just going to fold up and give it a good crease because you want to make sure and crease these lines underneath the panel. Now put your hand here and fold back. Give it a good crease. Put your hand here just to hold it, and let's go ahead and find that next score line and fold up. And then fold back. And that's really the easiest way to get this folded and scored. And now we have our 3 panels. Now the next thing you need to do is we need to cut some mats. So we're going to have a first and second mat here, a first and second mat here, and then again on the 3rd panel. But the first 2 panels, you're going to cut the exact same size mats. That makes it so nice. I want to show you a little something that we did. We cut this first panel. It's just a square, 4 by 4, and you're going to need 2 of them. We wanted to use our DSP because we want to use our DSP. Don't save it, use it. So, because we know we have this area right here that we're going to add some white paper to so we can do some stamping, we went ahead and we used our stitch die and we cut out this beautiful square. Now we have a square that we can use on another card, which we will. So we cut out 2 of those mats for our first 2 panels. We also cut out 2 of the white mats, and this is the second mat, and its size is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And this will take care of your first 2 panels. But let's go ahead and do some stamping. Now, the colors we're going to use today are Berry Burst, Garden Green, Old Olive, Crushed Curry, and Night of Navy. And Maudie and I like to stamp our sentiments in Night of Navy because it is so pretty and it really almost looks black. So that's why we like to use it, and it never messes up. Now, you might notice here that I have numbers on my stamp pads. The reason we do this is because we have our stamp pads in a holder, and this allows us to get them back in the right order. And we put them in a rainbow color, so we just number our stamp pads on the side, and it makes life so much easier. So that's just a quick little tip for you. But the first thing I want to stamp is the word sending, because we are going to go ahead and use Sending Smiles as our stamp set. And we absolutely love this sending right here. So let's go ahead and get that inked up and then get it stamped. Tap, tap, tap. Now, we will be cutting this out, but the rest of it, we're just going to use stamp ink and paper. Look at how beautiful that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, when you cut that out and you use the die that comes with the bundle, look at that. So very pretty. Now, because we're going to put this mat right here, just like this, and it's going on this first panel right here, we need to decide where we're going to place it, because that helps us decide where to stamp our beautiful flowers. Now, I'm just going to grab a piece of paper because I will be stamping off the mat and I don't want to get it on my table. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put my sending just like that. I want it just slightly slanted, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of our sentiment. And this says, sending love and big hugs. So let's go ahead and grab our Night of Navy. And let's just stamp that right here. Now I have everything positioned just the way I need so that I know exactly where to stamp my flowers, because they do have some green leaves on them and I need to not go over my sentiment. So let's go ahead and bring in the Garden Green and stamp some of our leaves. Now my flower is going to go right here at the top, so I really need to back this off just a little bit. Oh, gorgeous. Now I'm going to bring another one. Just put it right here. Okay, and we are going to stamp these beautiful flowers in Berry Burst. It's one of our new colors. Let's go ahead and get that stamped. Let me make sure it's not too dark. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Such a vibrant color. Love this. Now I'm going to bring in a smaller flower for this right here. So pretty. And now for the middle part, I'm going to use crushed curry. Just going to take that off, and we're going to put on the little teeny inside for the flower. And there we have it. Now let's go ahead and lay down our first panel. So we're going to just put our glue right around this frame to get it laid down. Now remember, it is a little bit smaller, so don't go all the way to the edge out here because then you would have glue where you don't want it. Just going to lay this down. And you know, it really just gives it some interest, I think, when you use that DSP as your first mat. Just really ties in the colors. So now we're going to go ahead and line this up. Now you want to make sure your margins are the same here, here, and over here. You see this one right here? This is a panel. So you want to make sure that those margins are all the same. And you only want to put glue right here. Don't accidentally put it on your second panel because we're only working with the first panel. So go ahead and just make you a line so that you stay within that area. Once again, paying attention to your margin over here as well. This is a very fast card, and like I said, what's so great about this panel card that I will show you in a moment when we look at the other two cards is you can create a scene that just gets carried over. So we have this one right now. We're going to wait to put on sending till the very end. And now we're going to create. So we're just opening up this panel just like this, and we're going to create this one. Now, before we lay it down, we need to see where are we going to put our flowers. So this is where it would be. So I know I can put a flower right here on the edge because I just want to carry it over. So let's go ahead and bring back in our garden green and just stamp a flower. We're going to bring in our berry burst. And now we're going to put the center of our flower. Let's now adhere this to the front of our DSP. Making sure that our margins are all lined up. And we are going to open this up flat and just get this lined up, just like here. So you want your glue right here on the inside. And now we just need to add this last little panel. Now on this one, we cut out a rectangle so that we could use this on another card. So just put that to the side. Now this is where they can write their sentiments. So if you want to put a flower, you can put some image that you want. I'm going to stamp just a little flower because we want them to have plenty of room to write. Now, if you are one of those people and you like to write a lot, You can always, once you get this lined up, you can always add a panel back here on the back side of the card. Not to worry. So let's go ahead and glue this down. Open your card up so that you can access this back panel. This time you can go ahead and just put your glue all over your mat. And look at this card. Not quite finished, but we have our 3 panels. We have some beautiful summer flowers. Now we're going to bring in our sending and we're going to add it on some dimensionals. Just take the backing off. Little tip, you can always just push your nail into the backing and it just lifts right up so that you can find it to lift it off, not to worry. We're just going to slant it just a little bit. We need to add just a few gems. And here is our card. What do you think about this panel card? Take a moment and let me know what you think about this panel card. Great way to use DSP. You can cross over with your scene. So pretty. We showed you this one earlier. Now look at the scene that we used. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Once again, if you need more space than this to write, you can always put some additional mats on the back. Are you thinking about which is your favorite? Okay, and finally, we did something a little different on this one. We put a scene, but then on this middle part, we went ahead and left some area for them to write, and then also on the back panel. So you can change up this panel card however you want to. So did you take a moment? Did you leave us a comment? We love to read which is your favorite and which tip did you like the best that I gave during this video. Well, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Monty and I hope that you go out and have a fantastic day and that you join us in our next video. Remember, if you were inspired, take a moment, give us a thumbs up, share, and like. See you in the next video.